Today we're going to be comparing these three cordless vacuums. Over there on the left we have the Levoit cordless vacuum, in the center we have the Shark Pet, and then over on the far right in the purple we have the Bissell CleanView XR Pet. So during this review we'll do a carpet test and a floor test out here in my garage, but for now we're going to go ahead and talk about the stats of all these vacuums just really quick. So we have a 50-minute total runtime on the Levoit, and that is including 0 accessories, and we're going to be using the same metric for all of these vacuums. This is a 180 watt vacuum as well, and let's go ahead and move over to the Shark Pet. The Shark Pet is also a 180 watt vacuum with a total runtime of 40 minutes with no accessories. And then lastly, we have the Bissell CleanView XR Pet, and this one is 300 watts and can run for a max of 40 minutes, and they don't say if that is with accessories or not, so I'm just going to assume that's with 0 accessories. All right, so up first we have the Levoit cordless vacuum. We're going to run this on the medium setting just like all the other vacuums, and I'll let you guys know if we boost it up to the max. So far this is doing a great job at cleaning up pretty big chunks. These are large tortilla chunks, and this vacuum's cleaned it up with no problems and no clogs. All right, next up we're going to be using the Shark vacuum on the carpet mode. And this one, the roller seems to have a bit more power. It seems to almost pull the vacuum for you. Let's use the max power mode just for fun. And just like that, this is the Shark Pet vacuum, and it did a really good job. Let's go ahead and move over to the Bissell. And we're going to be using the medium setting on the Bissell as well. And this one cleaned up that mess with no problem. I really like how light this vacuum is and how much power it actually has. So we're gonna go ahead and switch to the floor test. We're gonna move the carpet and see just how well all three of these vacuums do on concrete floor. All right, so we're gonna be starting off the floor test with the Levoit, working our way over to the Shark and then Bissell. So this vacuum cleaned that mess up with no issues. I did put the dirt in kind of a pile, so it was a little hard for the actual brush to get over that, just because some of the mess was still kind of getting piled up in the front. But normally you're not going to be vacuuming big piles like that, so overall I'd still consider this a really good job. All right, and then once again we have the Shark vacuum. Let's go ahead and give this a try on the floor mode. All right, so far this one did a really good job. Something that I was noticing was that it seemed to have better clearance for getting over those piles. So I'm not too sure how that is. Maybe the wheels are a little lower on this one, but it seemed to be less likely to actually push around the pile of debris. Once again, that's a very uncommon scenario for these vacuums. Normally you're just cleaning up like small messes or grass and stuff in the house. So I'm not too worried about that. Let's go ahead and move over to the last vacuum. All right, and last up we have the Bissell CleanView XR Pet. And we're gonna use this on the normal mode. All right, and so far this vacuum did a great job. I will say the clearance level was more similar to the Levoit clearance. So it did kind of push some of the debris around, but overall the suction power on this one was probably the best. I also like how light this one is. this is probably the lightest but most powerful vacuum out of the three. So overall, these are all great vacuums, but if you're looking for one that's better for pets, I would really recommend the Bissell because it does come with a special attachment that is specifically for pet hair, and so does the Shark vacuum. Now, the Levoit just comes with some other crevice tools and stuff like that. There's not another brush attachment like the Shark and the Bissell, but overall, these are all great vacuums. I will say the Shark probably has the largest dustbin, but is gonna be the heaviest, and the Levoit is probably the smallest vacuum, but it doesn't necessarily feel the lightest. Anyways, these are all great vacuums, and that is my really quick comparison between these three cordless vacuums.